All right, so I'm not saying the Islanders didn't earn it. What I'm saying is if the Panthers had run into the crusty old Penguins with basically no goaltending and the crusty old Bruins with broken, hurt goaltending, I'd be fixing to make the Panthers versus the Lightning recap instead of what we're getting ready to do right now. All right. So did I start off right? Did I start off triggering enough Islander fans? Don't worry, guys. I'm actually on your side this time, all right? So I ran a poll on my channel and I ran a poll on Twitter to see who I should root for, Tampa Bay or the Islanders. It wasn't even close. It was Islanders. It was like 80-20 on Twitter and about 60-40 on the channel. So, go Isles, go. What can I say? All right, now, for those of you who are new to the channel, real quick, this is how you watch my recaps. Number one, if you are here looking for calm, cool, collective, insightful hockey analysis, wrong channel, okay? Every once in a while, I make a really good point, but in the recaps, it's a little bit of a different thing. It's emotional overreactions for the most part. Now, I'm obviously not going to be as emotional about these games as I am when it's the Panthers, but basically what I do is I do my little intro, I come on, I do a pregame like right now. After the first period, I run my ass back down here and record my thoughts or something like that. After the first period, after the second period, you get the idea. And then again, I wrap up the game after the third period, unless we go to overtime. Now, if you find yourself getting offended or taking anything seriously, you need a cranial exam because nobody should take too much of what I say seriously or get offended by what I say because it's this F word. It's called fun. We should try it. All right, that being said, Isles in 6, Isles in 7, what do you think, guys? Look, Vasilevsky, there's two Vasilevskys. The Panthers know better than anybody. He's perfectly capable of giving up 4 or 5, and he's perfectly capable of saying, nobody is scoring on me, I don't care what happens. Depending on which one of those guys, the Islanders, they have not seen tough goaltending yet. All right? Rask was hurt. Don't even ask me about the Penguins. All right? So, bottom line is, this is the challenge for the Islanders. Can you devise a defensive plan, most likely with your fourth line, to neutralize Stamkos, Kucherov, Sergachev, Point, and a bunch of other guys. You guys got your work cut out for you. But I'm going to say it right now. Let's get 7 games out of this. Double overtime, Islander win, and we all go home fat, dumb, and happy to go get the asses kicked by Vegas. Alright, so no score after 1. No big surprise there right now. We are on pace for a combined 75-shot shutout. And the way both of these guys are playing, especially Vasilevsky, wouldn't surprise me if one or more of these games, at least one, ended up 0-0 like back in '96 with the Panthers Game 4 against the Avs. And it took all night for somebody to score. Vasilevsky absolutely just on fire. Varlamov not that far behind him. It's going to get chippy. It already got chippy like right off the initial face-off. It's going to be dirty goals, man. It's going to be absolutely dirty goals. Islanders had an early power play, and really Tampa Bay had the better of the chances there. And then all of a sudden the momentum started to switch around the second half of the period, but nobody is getting anything past these two goaltenders. Not yet. All right, so 1-0 Islanders after 2. Barzal with a beautiful breakaway and 5-hole goal right against Vasilevsky. I'm laughing because that's Bobrovsky's move, was allowing the 5-hole goal. Other than that, the other thing I'm seeing is that's 2 times now that the Islanders have had the power play and 2 times that Tampa Bay looking better than them. I'm going to call it right now. I wouldn't even be surprised if this game ends up tied up with a shorthanded. Tampa Bay is ready to go with the penalty kill. They are running and gunning trying to get a shorthanded goal there, which makes sense because 5-on-5, Islanders are a pretty damn good team. Other than that, we get the makeup call there, kind of a weak call against the Islanders, so Tampa Bay gets a split power play, a minute to end the period, a minute to begin the period, Right off the bat, we saw Stamkos come on and be left wide open at the side of the net. He misses the net, but that's going to come back and bite the Islanders. They need to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't understand. The Panthers did the same thing. There's like one thing. You know they're going to do one thing, which is either get Stamkos or Kucherov open at the side of the net, and teams just let it happen. I know I'm not a hockey coach, but somehow, some way, somebody's got to figure out, don't let this knock the guy on his ass. How difficult can it be, right? Easy for me to say. Move on to the third period. I'm sniffing overtime. All right, so that is 1, huh? Islanders 2, Tampa 1. Should have obviously, to me, Varlamov pitched a shutout, but Tampa Bay, look, I'm not a big bitch about the referees, guys, right? Okay, anybody who watches this channel knows I'm not a big referee basher. I will say, however, it is awfully convenient the number of times the Tampa Bay Lightning get a late game, and I mean late, like a minute, 2 minutes left, really questionable power play when they need a goal or maybe even 2. It's just an odd coincidence, I'm sure. Now, that being said, Vasilevsky led in a second weak goal, and it's a shame. Otherwise, he played pretty damn well, obviously, but both goals, I'm sure, are ones he'd like to have back. Tampa Bay didn't have it today. Now, you Islanders fans, you guys are on cloud 9 right now, okay? You stole Game 1 in Tampa. Props to you. But you guys got to know you have not seen Tampa Bay's best effort yet, okay? They obviously came out, and the crowd was the same way. The crowd and the players basically felt like, we got this. We're the champs. It's the Islanders. Kaputs. All right? They did not play at all like they were motivated. They just mailed it in for the most part, and so did the fans. It was so quiet in that building, but I guess success breeds, ambivalence. You know what I mean? Even the fans like, oh, well, we're in the playoffs again. Whoop-de-frickin' do. But Islanders stole one, and that is just absolutely huge, okay? Because I don't see Tampa Bay winning a game at New York, not with this being the last year, all right, for the Coliseum. So, look, Tampa Bay is going to have to come out Game 2 and be absolutely balls to the wall, all right? They did not look anything like they did, obviously, against the Panthers. And really, this style of play fits the Islanders. I thought this is what Carolina was going to do to Tampa Bay. Carolina plays a very defensive style. All right, they're not fancy schmancy. They've got really good coaching, and they find ways to beat you. And this is what I thought Tampa Bay was going to look like. But don't get too carried away just yet, Islander fans, right? If you guys win both games in Tampa, then we can start talking big game, all right? But you got to figure Tampa Bay is going to come out. They're going to be lit. They're going to be pissed. You got to figure they tie this series, and now, ball's in your court, Islanders. But I am happy. I'm happy because that late game power play, up until about then, I was obviously rooting for the Islanders, right? Okay? Because my fans voted that way. But up until that Kucherov penalty, I really wasn't, invested so much. I was cheering when the Islanders were scoring, but now you don't piss me off, all right? When I cannot stand players that fake getting hurt or getting hit and embellishing shit and it ending up as a power play, all right? The referee was right there. I mean, Kucherov's reaction is so damn late. Even if the stick did come up and give him a little bit of a shave, all right? Technically, you want to call it high sticking? We'll call it high sticking. But at that point in the game, give me a freaking break. Nobody's making that call, unless, of course, you're the referees and the call is going to benefit the Lightning. It didn't work out, though. It didn't work out. I just don't like that. I don't like players that fake it, and he clearly embellished. All right? He did it. It worked out. Good for him. Islanders take Game 1. I'm happy about that. All right? Like, share, subscribe. All right? If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be doing recaps for all these games. The Vegas, Montreal series, and obviously the finals. All right? Yeah, once hockey is over, once the playoffs are over, I'm still going to be keeping up with Panthers and NHL content. And we're also going to be switching to more football, NFL, Miami Dolphins content as well. So if you enjoy my rambling, ornery style, hit that subscribe button and maybe share the video as well. I appreciate it. And I will see you again tomorrow. We got live. The game is at 9 Eastern Standard Time. The live stream will be about 8:15. I will make a post on Twitter and a post here on the channel to let you guys know 8:15, probably closer to 8. A live stream right before the game, and then another recap. That one's going to be fun. Those games are just going to be, they're going to be the opposite of these games, in my opinion. I think those games are going to be wide open, even though I know Carey Price is Carey Price. I think you're going to see a lot of 4 and 5 goal games over in that series. I'm hoping so, because this one's going to be low scoring. All right, guys, appreciate the support. I'll see you tomorrow.